Hey guys, tabletop review on the Sharps Rifle Company balanced bolt carrier. I did a review on the bolt by itself about a month and a half ago. Did a pretty extensive test with it of about 700 rounds, and by this point it's actually closer to 1,000. And I picked up, I actually purchased, it was not given to me, I purchased the bolt carrier group to go with it, and I put just a couple quick rounds to it just to make sure it was functional, and I'm bringing it here for a tabletop. And what I'm going to do is eventually kind of update you down the line as the round count gets a little higher. With an item like this, you know, it seems to function well. The bolts seem to do really well. The only test is the test of time. So I want to bring you the tabletop, and then we'll talk later on about reliability and what's going on with these things. So here we go. What is it? This is kind of a redesign on the bolt carrier group of your AR15, M16, M4 platform rifle. It's utilized a couple different changes as well as different materials in order to give you a little bit of a reliability upgrade as well as a durability upgrade to your firearm. So of course the major upgrade is of course the steel used in this bolt. They use an S7 tool steel. Your normal mil-spec bolt uses a 158 Carpenter. The S7 tool steel is supposed to have 75% more yield strength and tensile strength. So basically, in layman's terms, this thing can take a beating. Now, not to say that the 158 Carpenter steel is bad by any means. It's not. This is just an upgrade over it. Second big change is the coating. It's an NP3 coating, which is basically kind of supposed to be like a Teflon-like self-lubricating coating, make your firearm a little more reliable, make it work a little better, and you know, I think they're kind of a new coating on the marketplace, so I think that's another thing that really needs to stand the test of time and see if it's worth it. Of course, if you watch the original video on the bolt itself, it's got these reshaped lugs, which we'll bring in for kind of a close-up here. As you can see, the lugs are a triangle shape, which helps guide them into the receiver extension. So instead of them being square on square, now you have kind of triangles going into square, which is supposed to help with the lockup if there's dirt or debris in there. So let's move on to the actual bolt carrier itself. As you can see, the quality on this is actually appears to be really good. I don't see any machining flaws or anything like that with it. It appears to be quite well made. No problems with fit or finish. The gas key seems to be staked very well. I don't have any issues with that at all. And the gas key is made of, gas key and your extractor are made of your traditional steel that I believe it's S2 that would happen with your normal mil-spec bolt. The only other major differences, of course, is that you have some interesting cutouts in the back, as well as, I believe this is like a sand groove. It's something that's supposed to help get material out, as well as, oh boy, lost track of what I was going to say. Cut out, oh, as well as the shape. These, the front of this, it's going to be kind of hard to show, is a little more squared off than your traditional mil-spec bolt. And the idea behind it is it's kind of like a trapezoid shape, which is going to help put some of the weight on the bottom of the bolt to help give it a little better balance while it's in your upper receiver. Does it do that? You know, it's another kind of jury's out kind of question. I fired it. I didn't notice any dramatic difference between that and a mil-spec bolt, to be honest. But then again, I'm not running any special rifles. If you're running something like a short barrel rifle or pistol, you know, it may make more of a difference. But to me, it felt, you know, pretty similar. I really didn't notice too awful much of a difference in it. So the idea being better materials, nice coating, and a redesign in the shape and balance of the whole bolt carrier is supposed to help it ride a little smoother in the upper receiver as you fire and cycle the weapon. Now, of course, it does have the longer, I don't know what this is called, back. So you can use this in an M16 or M4 AR15. It's compatible with all of them. That also gives a little extra weight to the bolt carrier group as opposed to the plain AR15s, which are cut out more to like right here-ish. And that makes them a little lighter and a little smaller. So we'll reverse this over here. So, as you know, I put about 700 rounds through the bolt and just threw it in there, no lube, no nothing, just whatever residual lube was in the firearm, and the thing went great. Did my review, put a few hundred more through it over time, and I did start to have some failures on the rifle, but I think it was more because I'm using, an unlubed mil-spec bolt as opposed to anything with the actual bolt itself. Slapped into the bolt carrier group, threw a little lube on it. Like I said, just put like 20-30 rounds through it real quick to make sure it worked. And no problems there. So now, of course, the test of time. This is where we're at with this. Quite a few of these have been sold. You're starting to see them. A lot more YouTube videos are coming out on this product. So it's getting a little more attention. People are buying it. And I've just scoured the internet for any reputable claim about these things failing or having issues or people having to return them, and I'm really not finding any at this point, which is good, seeing they've put out quite a few hundred if not thousands of these, and that they're not coming back. There's no problems with them so far. It seems to be doing well. All the testing that I've read about seems to have gone well. It just really, I'm not seeing anything that's an issue. Now, of course, at this point, it's still very early in the game. Your typical, mil-spec AR-15 bolt is good for 10,000, maybe even 15,000 rounds. There aren't a lot of people who have gotten these up to that level yet. This bolt carrier has only been out literally a couple of weeks, so to put it through that kind of rigorous, testing just hasn't happened yet. So I think as people do get out, put these things through 3-gun competitions, put them through, tactical training classes and carbine classes, that you're going to see more and more about them and whether or not these things really do pass that test, over time. It's real easy to take one of these guys and, to be honest, be honest here, it's real easy for anyone to take, 500, 700 rounds, put it through this thing, and do a review on it. It's very, very simple. And of course, most, even, a cheap garbage bolt carrier group, you're going to have 700 rounds, no problem to it. When you start to get up to those higher round counts, that's where you're going to start having issues and failures and all that. So, given that this is such a new thing on the marketplace, we're just doing the tabletop for now, and we'll update as we go along and maybe do a 6-month reevaluation and see what we think of it then. I'm definitely going to turn this into a bit of a build now that I have it, and it is kind of a spare. I think I'm going to put this into something new, start a new build, and try something fun with it since I got it, and we'll keep you guys updated along the way. So hope you enjoyed, and this is available and out there for those who are looking to purchase.